Okay. So we have already studied the introductory part of business intelligence and the part of data mining in our previous lecture. So I'll be taking up this topic further and discussion of our business intelligence in a bit detail now. We have already studied this life cycle of this data mining. We have studied a bit of introductory part of business intelligence, data warehouse. Those definitions we have already studied in our previous lectures. So I'll be taking up now business intelligence further. Business intelligence concepts and applications. So as business plays a very important role in our society, the earning part of an organization of people who are employed in an organization plus uh, the government organizations who collect the funds in the form of taxes from the business. So everything is related to your monetary terms, where the spending part is playing a very important role by a business organization. So what we will study is what is business intelligence and how business intelligence plays a very important role for carrying out business activities. That means for running business. So business intelligence is an umbrella term that includes a variety of IT applications that are used to analyze an organization's data and communicate the information to the relevant users. So as these terms are indicating, as this about you can say definition is indicating, IT means information technology applications, the applications which are basically computer applications. So business intelligence is a variety of IT applications that are used to analyze an organization's data. Data you are generating when you start your organization. Daily, a large amount of data is generated by the organization. That can be an operational data, that can be some other data also that is generated of the customers. And you have to analyze that data, and based on that analysis, the decision makers of the business, they plan future strategies for growth of the business. So that means that analysis of data that has been done by some tools used for your analysis, that is being communicated to the relevant user. Who are the relevant users over here? They are the decision makers, or you can say managers or owners of the organization. So major components in business intelligence are data warehousing, data mining, querying, and reporting. And we'll discuss these in detail in the coming chapters also. Now, what are the applications of this? Again, taking it further, the nature of life and businesses is to grow. So, nature is to grow. Even in fact, in human this tendency also, whenever you either you are doing business or you are employed somewhere, everyone wants growth. Growth means in terms of monetary growth, in terms of designation growth. If we are say that a person is employed, in case of business, everyone wants to grow in terms of this monetary terms also, in brand also, and in number of customers that should be large in the coming years. So that means her business, that you can say that every business has a major agenda or objective of growth. So information is the lifeblood of the business, and for that you need to have information. Information is the data that is being collected by the organization that provides some kind of information to the decision makers or managers of the organization. And that is the lifeblood of business, because based on that information, the decision makers or managers, they take decisions. So businesses use many techniques for understanding their environment and predicting the future of their own for their own benefit and growth. So there are many tools, techniques available for understanding the environment, for analyzing the data, for predicting the future. And the main objective of all this is their own personal benefit and the growth of the organization, business organization. So decisions are made from the facts. So facts are in the form of data and information both. So decision makers, they analyze the facts, and based on those facts, they take decisions. They formulate future policies for the growth of the business. Further, data-based decisions are more effective than those based on feelings alone. Now, if we say that our feelings, they say that no, I should take this decision, but otherwise that is wrong for the business. So you might face a large amount of loss if you take decisions taking into consideration feelings only. So data-based decisions are the decisions that reflect that if you want to grow, you have to see what is the present scenario of the business organization, what data is depicting about the organization, what are the future prospects based on the data or information provided by the business, this collected data. So that means we have to see to it to make our decisions more effective. Our decision should always be based on your facts, or you can say data, or you can say information. So actions based on accurate data, information, knowledge, experimentation, and testing using fresh insights can more likely succeed and lead to sustained growth. Of course, the decisions or actions based on accurate data. Accurate data is the data that is always correct. Of course, the data that is converted into some useful information. The information provides knowledge. Knowledge, based on that knowledge, if already existing managers, already existing decision makers, they had experimented different kind of decisions. So that is experimentation. So that knowledge, you should know that what kind of decisions were taken in similar situations by other organizations. That is experimentation and testing. Testing means you can now test it under your own conditions, that yes, if I take this decision, I'm hoping that in the coming days, in the coming future, our business would definitely get a future growth using fresh insights. Fresh insights means present scenarios, present environment of the business organization, present competitors in the market. So fresh insights, they the likelihood of success that increases if you take actions based on these all things. It is only the likelihood. You might not be successful every time. There might be some other factor that might lead to a loss. So you can that can lead to a sustained growth. Now, if we take an example of the present scenario, before COVID, an organization took a decision that I'll go for such policies in the business, and due to which I'll definitely get some growth. But based on the accurate data, information, knowledge, experimentation, testing, everything was going fine. But the COVID, that 19 that came into picture in March 2000, let's say this 20. So what happened? All those business decisions that were at stake, you planned for business growth, but that never occurred in that very scenario. So that is something that was not in the hands of the decision makers. So in that case, the business organization had to change all its decisions, maybe change its policies of doing business, so that at least in that scenario, the business organization can sustain growth. Sustain means whatever growth was available, at least that remains. So that was a major issue over here now. Now, further, this life cycle we have already studied also. I'll again tell you this. Business generates data, and from data we mine that data and get useful information from it. And based on the useful information and knowledge that is being generated, your intelligence, business intelligence, that guides you to further give growth or impetus to your business organization. And as and when the business grows, it continuously goes on generating data daily. That might be an operational data, that might be the data that is your decision makers needed, or you can say a different type of data that is generated daily by the business organization. So everything is linked. You can see it's a cycle. Everyone is connected with each other. As the business generates data, it is being converted into information and knowledge, and that useful information and knowledge is being mined. That means you get that useful information in the form of mining from the data, a large amount of data that is being used by the business intelligent people, that means by the decision makers, for future growth of the organization by taking accurate, or you can say predicted, decisions. Business intelligence for better decisions. The future is inherently uncertain. Everyone knows this, future is uncertain. We cannot predict future. Risk is the result of probabilistic world where there are no certainties and complexities abound. So what business organization has to do? It has to take risk based on the probability that uh, these things would occur in such a way in the future. That means there are no certainties that this would occur, but there is a probability that these things would occur, and based on that probability factor, the decision makers, they take decision for the business growth. Of course, there are so many complexities about complexities exist, and based on those complexities, the decisions might not give you results as expected. But still, if the probability of you can say certainties, that means the things that as you have expected they go on like that, the probability of success would definitely be high. So people use crystal balls, astrology, palmistry, groundhogs, and also mathematics and numbers to mitigate risk in decision making. So there are many other things. Crystal balls means this is a layman language. Layman means like in this previous world, we would say that some people who used to predict it by seeing crystal balls, these are something that are not having any scientific basis. You ask some person, and that person who is having a crystal ball kind of thing, and he or she guides you that yes, your future definitely is good. So that is only the probability your future is good. They don't have any scientific basis to tell you that your future or your business future is good. Even astrology, although it has some scientific basis, still it does not guarantee that your future is good. Palmistry, these are all those things that are being taken into consideration by those people who believe in that if the person is he or she is able to this seeing your hand, he or she can tell you that yeah, your future is good. So these are all your those things that might not give you an accurate results. Of course, in some times you see that you get your good results and you have faith on that person. Yes, using astrology and chemistry, you get results continuously, but that does not have any scientific basis. Groundhogs means like in the previous month also in the similar days such kind of event occurred, and we are hoping that in the same in the coming month also in the same scenario, same environment, similar kind of event would occur, and that would definitely be giving you good results. I'll take an example over here. Suppose in the last let's say Diwali season or before the Diwali season, there was some kind of event due to which your sales immediately took a high turn. That means a large amount of sale growth was there, and due to some event that occurred or due to some decision taken by the government that affected your business in a very positive way. So you are hoping that that kind of decision would definitely come in the next before that Diwali, and similar kind of situation would occur. That is called a groundhog situation. That means the decision based on similar kind of events that have occurred before, that would definitely give you a great business growth. So that is also, of course, not certain, but you can predict it like this. Also, mathematics and numbers. Now, these are very important. They have some scientific basis. You have maths, you have your mathematical numbers and numbers in terms of sales growth, in numbers in terms of people who are working for your business organization, and of course, a risk-taking capacity where the decision makers take risk that yes, by giving or by taking such using these business policies, we will definitely have a good growth. So the goal or objective is to make effective decisions while reducing risk. All the information or knowledge that is being generated from the data that is being generated by business organization, that has only one objective: to make effective decisions while reducing the risk of failure and to provide future growth to the organization. So businesses calculate risks and make decisions based on broad set of facts and insights. Of course, businessman does not take a decision just based on their own decisions. He definitely take into consideration the business scenarios, competitors in the market, other environment features, other government organization policies and decisions, and based on those facts, it takes a decision that definitely reduces the risk of failure or risk of loss. Reliable knowledge about the future can help managers make the right decisions with lower level of risk. Reliable knowledge means if you get the knowledge from those sources which actually represents of facts, and the figures that you get, they are absolutely correct, they would definitely help the managers to make right decisions with lower level of a risk. Now, Now we'll discuss decision types. So there are two main kinds of decisions taken by the managers or decision makers of the organization. One are your strategic decisions. The other ones are your operational decisions. So business intelligence can help make both better. So we have already studied the basis of business intelligence, and the business intelligence came into existence only to make the decisions better. That means their success rate should definitely improve, and their risk for failure reduces. So this is our main objective of business intelligence, that the decision makers, they take decisions based on business intelligence, so that the success of those decisions is improved, is much better, and the risk of failure is reduced. We cannot say every time it is totally that you will not have any kind of loss or any kind of wrong decision, but we can definitely say that using business intelligence, the risk of failure is reduced a lot. The strategic decisions, they are those that impact the directions of the company, where the company has to go, what are the objectives, where you want your growth to go. Either you want to make your brand image, or you want to only go into take into consideration sales only, high sales, it should be there, the main this objective, or some other objective is there. So the decisions to reach out to new customer set would be a strategic decision. So taking into consideration that how you want to plan growth of your business, you might be planning how to uh, attach more number of customers to your organization, how to know that a large number of customers, they should purchase your product only. So you take your decisions accordingly by giving some discounts to the people. That is one of the strategy. That is a strategic decision only. So by luring customers, by giving let's say discounts on the next purchase, that is also a strategic decision to allow your customers to remain with you, and to allow new customers to join your, or to take to have purchases from your own this product range. Operational decisions. Operational decisions are more routine decisions and tactical decisions that are taken daily by the organization. They are focused on developing greater efficiency of working environment. As and when you run your business organization, you deal with your suppliers, you deal with the raw material people who supply raw materials, you deal with the people who are manufacturing, that means labor, daily. So the decisions taken to improve the efficiency of the working of the organization, they are all your operational decisions. So that would definitely be again based on the decision, on the data that, or knowledge, or you can say business intelligence, that is being generated daily by the operational part of your data. So updating an old website with new features will be an operational decision. So if you already are running a website and you introduce some new features into your this website, that is an operational decision that would definitely be helping your organization to tell the people that you have your good this website, and you have added up some new features into it. So what are the business intelligence tools that help decision makers to take decisions? So business intelligence includes a variety of software tools and techniques that are available in the market to provide the managers with the information and insights needed to run the business. So there are a large number of BI tools available in the market, and of course they help the decision makers to analyze the data, to represent the data in a definite form to the decision makers, or you can say managers, and those who are running the business. And that tool and software helps the business organization to predict about the future growth of the organization, or you can say plan about the future growth of the organization. Information can be provided about the current state of affairs with the capability to drill down into details, and also insights about emerging patterns which lead to projections into the future. So information is provided in different forms. So we'll study in fact in the coming slides what kind of BI tools are there. And every drill down into details means the things that are provided by the business intelligence tool that you use, that only gives you gives an insight about the present patterns, and that can lead to the, that can even tell you the projections that might be there, or you can say you can project that yes, of course, if you are getting a slant kind of this tool, stat tool, which is telling that your growth is constant and growing, you are growing with at the same pace only. So you can, if you want future growth to be a bit more than that, so you can plan it that what factors to be improved, what kind of business strategies can be improved so that you can have a better growth than the growth that you are already getting. So BI tools include data warehousing, online analytical processing, social media analytics, reporting, dashboards, querying, and data mining. So these are all your BI tools that are already available in the market. And every decision maker that depends on one of these tools, or maybe more than one tool, it is using for planning the future growth of the organization, for formulating policies, procedures, for future growth of organization, predicting about the future. So everything that a manager does, that is based on your BI tools that it has selected. BI tools can range from very simple tools that could be considered end user tools to very sophisticated tools that offer a very broad and complex set of functionality. So the tool that is being selected by the business organization or managers, it all depends on if they want only simple tools that can only be giving a you can say an overview of what the data is predicting. They can even use some sophisticated tools or complex tools that give a broad and complex set of functionality to represent the different user criteria for business organization. So it all depends what kind of thing I mean a business organization manager wants to use BI tool, which kind of it wants. It can be simple, it can be complex also. Thus, even the executives can be their own business intelligence experts, or they can rely on business intelligence specialists to set up the BI mechanism for them. So it can be that there can be dedicated executives or managers available who are acting as business intelligence experts, and they continuously devise a mechanism for extracting useful information and knowledge from the data that is present. So they can use a simple tool for that. They can use a complex tool, a sophisticated tool to present that data to the executives who are going to take decisions. So thus large organizations invest in expensive, sophisticated BI solutions and that provide good information in real time. So large organizations are which are having turnover in large numbers. So those organizations, they definitely they invest a large amount of money for expensive and sophisticated business intelligence tools, because their organization, if the decisions taken by the organization are not good, there will be a very huge amount of loss to the organization. So for that, they would definitely be dependent on complex and sophisticated tools to be provided to these decision makers, so that they can give a very good they can predict about the future of the organization. They can take decisions that are definitely giving good results in the coming time for the business organization.